What's really real? This your boy Conscious Lee bringing you another episode of Street Academics, and this episode is about black women. Asking the question, do we really love black women or just what they can do for us?
Don't shoot me down, Mr. Officer, please. Right now I'm on my knees and I fear for my life. Bang, 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 bang was all I heard from the pistol. Why they wanna take my life from me?
When it comes to black women being shown some love, being shown some compassion, being shown some value, people have to point out that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's sister. Which begs the question, do we really love black women or do we just love what they can do for us? The reason why we got to point out they can be somebody's mother is because everybody has love and compassion for their mother, or people tend to because what their mother can do for them. You know what I'm saying? Because what their sister do for them. Shajai writes, I'm sure everyone who advocates this argument has their heart in the right place. Their intention is to make the victim more relatable, but they usually forget in the process that women are people too, and their value does not lie in the relationship to a man or another woman for that matter. And Lauryn Hill said, girl, you know you better watch out. Some guys are only about that thing. And that thing in this here, it's about labor. It's about reproductive labor. It's about manual labor. It's about emotional labor. See, historically speaking, the reproductive labor of black women not only birthed the plantation, but it also birthed the hood. And it's really bad that we have to ask ourselves the question about how do we position black women specifically in conversations that we have about racialized violence, you know what I'm saying? Anything dealing with the black community. When a black male, an African American male, is murdered by the police, the entire black community feels that pain and feels that loss. And we rally, we protest, we storm buildings, you know what I'm saying? We do all type of critical things to be able to make sure somebody takes responsibility for the murdering of that black man. And you know who tends to be on the front lines? Black women. When black women are murdered by the police, you know what I'm saying? You know what the black community tends to do? Nothing. Some of us will be around saying, say her name like we did for Sandra Bland or Corey Gaines, but the entire community doesn't feel the pain or the loss for a black woman the way that it does for black men. Now, this is not me trying to create divisive politics or trying to pit forth black men against black women. This is me pointing out how these phenomena take place. In the black community, a lot of our households are headed by single black women. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to showing value to these single black women, past them being mothers, we really don't give a damn. See, even when it comes to the economy and the workplace and literal labor, today on average, a woman may earn 80 cents to every dollar a white man earns, while black women make 63 cents to every dollar a white man earns for doing the same exact job. You know what I'm saying? Check my point in politics though, you feel me? The political labor of black women is always used and abused, but somehow these political agendas always tend to leave these black women behind. Whether we're talking historically about the white women's suffrage movement or the black power movement, a lot of these movements with political agendas have been fueled by the labor of black women. But when it comes to the representation and the mobility of black women, these movements have tended to be, you know what I'm saying, silent or leave black women behind. You know what I'm saying? Politically, socially, and economically, black women are undervalued and underappreciated. So when you tell yourself that you love not only black women in general, but when you tell yourself you love a particular black woman, you should ask yourself, do you love them or do you just love what they can do for you? This is Conscious Lee bringing you another episode of Street Academics. Peace.
Don't shoot me down, Mr. Officer, please.